Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Tammy. I'm actually the tonight's host, and I'm from California, Los Angeles. I'm currently a full-time graphic designer and also doing Nuskin. And tonight, we like to give us the highlight of this time we went to the Caribbean success trip on a cruise. It's a 7-day cruise that we've been to many of the islands around the Caribbean Sea. There is Bahama, where we went to the Coco Cay, and we had a lot of fun at the beach. The ocean is so beautiful. I still remember how blue and green that is, and it was so clear that we can actually see the fishes swimming in the sea. So it was like amazing trip. And then also we went to St. Thomas. That is a really like a small island, but with a lot of different races of people that they came from like all over the world during the time when there's a lot of colony, and it was belongs to British and the French. And also we went to Saint Martin, and it is like known for like a they used to dig gold for like a fortune, like for the colony too. So it's an amazing trip after all. And then we also had a lot of fun on the ship because it really accommodates us a lot of things on the ship. Like they have like a huge swimming pool, and they have like a tennis court, and they have like basketball court. And also I also enjoy the spa on the ship. And then we also like most of the I think some of us we got coupons for the spa treatment, so we also can pamper ourselves and really enjoy the time. But I think I think the best moment for me, it's definitely when I really spend the time with my teammates and my family there. Especially I get to really spend time with my teammates and enjoying the fun together. So tonight we have a very special guest. I invited my teammate Wendy. Me and her, we actually like 20 something years. We know each other for 20 something years, maybe more than that. We know each other ever since when I was younger. And then I used to work at another gift company, and then we need photo shoots from another company. And Wendy works there, and she was also a graphic designer. So that's how we met. And after that, she went to Japan for her school, and she really loved the culture of Japan. So she just moved there. So and then we lost contact after all. But I'm glad that Facebook connected us. And when I start doing my Nuskin business, I start sharing every day, and she start like we reconnect again. And one day she just messaged me, and I introduced her the Nuskin business, and that's where she started. That's around 2020, like right before when the pandemic start. So from there, she worked from overseas in Japan with me, and we usually had a lot of like late night calls, and then we had a lot of chat, and then we learned a lot of things and grow together. And after 3 years, and then she finally was able to bring her son to US and move here. And then also, she was able to attend the success trip with me this time and last time in Jamaica. So tonight, I would like to invite Wendy to tell everyone her story and her experience for this success trip. So is Wendy here?
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you for your introduction, Jamie.
Thank you. So I'm gonna hand the microphone to you.
Okay, let me share my screen first. Okay, are you able to see?
Yeah.
Okay. So hi everyone, I'm Wendy from California. Right now, words can't express how excited and honored that I'm here today to share the most memorable trip that last month traveling with my son. Yeah, I would like to start off by sharing a little bit about myself. So my family moved from Taiwan to the US during when I was in elementary school. And then I graduated from Cal State.
Hey, if I can interrupt, there's an echo going on. I think everyone has to shut their microphones off. And except for you, it might not.
Okay, let me see who is everybody
better.
off?
That's better. Done. Awesome.
Okay, it's okay now. So yeah, I graduated as a graphic designer from the Cal State, and then so I was also a graphic designer like Tammy, my upline, and then the picture on the right, as you can see, this was my first job working as a designer about 20 years ago. So that's actually where I first met Tammy. She was my client, and we also became good friends. And afterwards, so I worked there for about 3 years. Then I decided to move on to a little adventure. So I couldn't really explain why, but something inside me wanted to explore the world to be free and not work like 9-to-5 jobs for the rest of my life. I wanted the flexibility to control my own time and control my life with the style that I wanted to live. So I thought about searching for another graphic design job with a large corporation. And I concluded the same result because if I do the same thing over and over every day, I asked myself if this is really what I want to do. So I can't imagine myself continuing to be stuck in front of a computer for hours and days and months. So at that time, I experienced also shoulder pains and like eye tiredness and even getting out of shape due to not having time to exercise. Then after that, So after that, I flew over to Japan and I started my journey here during my 20s. Yeah, mid-20s actually. So I chose Japan for its safetyness. And I watched like many Japanese drama when I was young. So I wanted to try living there for a bit. And I enjoy like meeting new friends. And eventually I found a job there using my design skill and also my Mandarin speaking skill for an OEM company that at Tokyo. Yeah. And by the way, the green shirt girl right here, yeah, the short hair girl, her name is Yvonne, and she's also my teammate now in Taiwan. Yeah, and she's also a leader right now too. So anyways, then I met my Japanese husband while working, and we got married in 2009. So I never really like planned my life, just, along with the journey so that I created. So that's our wedding during that time. And then after that, so then my son was born right here a few years later. And that's when I realized with myself originally, like, because I'm from the US, and then I wanted him to be able to like acquire native English skill. And most of all is to have a diverse mind. So we sent him to an international kindergarten, which was quite costly for a normal family like us. And as for my own career, I quit my office job just before we got married because it was too tiresome to working at a Japanese environment for me, as I'm very efficient and straightforward to the point. So like I often feel like suffocated every day for like 3 years working with local people there. So I needed to have creativity and excitement and the speed and the respect and flexibility, which I find them all in Nuskin, I realized. So then I have been teaching English privately on my own with like 30 students weekly. It was pretty good pay, but it was also very tiring because if I don't teach, then I don't get the pay, right? And then Plus, it's not something that I can bring it back here or anywhere with me if I wanted to live somewhere else. So, and then during that time, the pandemic hit in February 2020, right? And that's when our lifestyle totally changed. So I couldn't go out to do my teaching, and then I have lost most of my students. So then I started teaching art lessons to kids online. And since my boy was home anyways, so teaching art to the kids was one of the things I wanted to try back then. And my online art classes were doing pretty good too. But the time consumed doesn't really balance with the amount I make. So it was a fun and lovely job to see and, doing kids with me on Zoom. But then somehow I started Nuskin. As to why, I think it's all timing, because I've seen Tammy's post for about 2 years or so. Yeah. But I never really paid attention to what she was doing. And then one day, I saw her post for her new Mercedes, the SUV she got and bought by herself. Yeah. And that was what really made me to message her, because as with the same designer background and we're same age. So during this year, she could have such a better life. And since during COVID, we were always home anyway, so I couldn't get my facial done outside. So I thought, okay, I purchased the Lumi spa and the facial spa from her. And of course, she told me about the business too. Yeah. But I really didn't think much of it. I just follow what she told me to do, every time. She told me, oh, just wash your face well with the Lumi and use facial spa for facial. Yeah. And then get the result. So we did that. This is when we first had the video chat, and she taught me how to use it. And then I was really surprised, because I was like, oh my God, I got great result instantly. And then my face was lifted and it was glowing. So then, yeah, I was using it for less than a month. And then I got my own testimonial picture, and just, and she just told me, oh, why don't you post on Facebook, and then maybe you can start the business. And I did that too. So, and seriously, it was so that's how I posted this one, right? And then I felt like it was pretty fun actually, and something new for me, because being stuck at home, then doing social media seems like the only way to make money then while most people were worried about income, instead of worrying, and I took the action. Yeah. Then I did everything Tammy told me to. She said, oh, you have to post every day and then use products well to get testimonial, and join the weekly online seminars to learn more about both the company or the products, and just provide good services, And about a year later, I started to have my own team. This was the beginning in Tokyo. And that you can see, this is my team in Japan. And then she's from Taiwan, the Yvonne girl. And then Xiaobei is from the US. Yeah. And then half a year later, my team has doubled, which I think was, last year around summertime. And then, which I really appreciated. And then that's when I also got that's also when I reached the Jamaica successful trip. That was my first time. And then, so after being in the business I think it was last September, and then I was able to bring my husband and my son with me. So it was an incredible experience. First time to travel to the Caribbean. So if it's not by Nuskin, I don't think I have the chance. This wasn't on my travel list because we were living in Tokyo. So we always travel around Japan or just go snowboard. Yeah, and it's just really nice to explore outside of my boundaries. So we were pampered by the 5-star Hyatt with all the food and cocktails being free, and eat and drink any time of the day. My son got to experience fun water activities. We went to sailing here, and what was this, waterfall climbing the rocks. Yeah, I was really scared though. And then just basically we learn, we research where Jamaica is and the culture and all that. So I think doing Nuskin business is when he's around, when I'm doing Nuskin, is also a very good education for a kid to see our motivations and how to deal with failure, and how to socialize with people. I think that's really important too. Yes. Then, sorry. So despite all the fun we had, the most memorable and meaningful moment was at our Nuskin recognition night. So these were all our Nuskin people that night, and just being with the successful people, goal-oriented and like-minded people just felt amazing. So, and seeing everyone else's success was very moving too. So I felt like strongly as an ordinary mom, teacher, or designer, I actually could have my own stage, like my moments, and in front of my husband and my son. So that was what's the most worthwhile for me. Yeah. And all the hard work just pays off, because not only the trip broadened our view, and I truly know that there is no better place than Nuskin after this trip. So because I worked at many major companies too before my designer job, and I never ever like felt any company could treat their employees with love and gratitude like this. And then we had so much fun here. Then after that, oh yeah. So I just wanted to share how my team got expanded with by only myself in Japan. In the beginning, my upline Tammy was in US, so we had jet lag and nobody was in the same country to help me start. And we did it all by social media, by Facebook, and just messaging or calling each other a lot. And I did face difficulties in cultural differences, as Japan is very traditional country. So even in Taiwan too. So I needed like extra effort on making people try the product or believe in the product, or even just our company itself. So I was the first to post on Facebook in Japan's Taiwan market. So many people were not used to it, and they weren't very supportive, some people, and or they didn't believe what I was doing. So, but I wasn't bothered by anyone, because purely I believed, and I believed Tammy, and I believed the fact that Lumi Spa, the face wash, and our beauty items, our Age Lock shampoo, had improved my hair loss problem, and the supplements were improving my family's health too. So we were less likely to get sick and always full of energy. Yeah. And I see the power of social media, the global business power. And as long as I keep working hard, I can pass my success to my son. So, why not to start? And then finally, you can see my team in Japan from last year. This is the last year to this year. It not only doubled, and then my team in Taiwan has grown too. This is my team in Taiwan. And then finally, you can see my team in here. Oh, sorry. This is in the US one now. And I've been back for a year now. So I'm having like new partners here too. Yes. And I'm looking forward to expand my team in English too. Yeah, that's my next goal. Okay. And then, so back to the success trip. Then, as my team and clients expanded, so I made it to my second successful trip, which was the Caribbean 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so we just came back from. I didn't even expect it until like just 2 months before the deadline. I wasn't really paying attention. So anyway, so I was very surprised myself. I took my son this time and let the company book our flights from California to Florida. So what I love about the success trip is that we don't need to do like any bookings and like comparing prices and all the time consuming things. And then the flights were just paid off too by the company. So this was, it was amazing. And then this is the first cruise that we had. So I think for me, it was even better than the Jamaica one, because it was 7 days compared to the 5 days in Jamaica. And this was our ship. It's called Harmony of the Seas. And I had no idea about cruising before, actually. And I was like overwhelmed by how big this ship was. And it was like a huge ship that holds up to 6,000 people. And it's only a few years old, I think. And so everything inside was really new, and it was like very updated with the facilities. So it's got 2 water slides and like a huge slide from 16th floor to the 6th floor. And we enjoy like lots of live shows, so many places to eat whole day that we were never hungry. And one of the excitement that was I got to meet our president, Jason, here. Yeah. And then he was so friendly and encouraging. So, because I always hear his speech, on the social media or company email. And so it was really exciting to see him. Yeah. And then for the 7 days cruise, yeah, this was our second day. And then we arrived at our first stop, which was called Coco Cay Island. And this is owned by our ship, the Royal Caribbean Company. So it was such a clean and clear, just emerald blue ocean island. It looked even more beautiful when we were on the boat overseeing the whole island here, actually. And then we just spent the whole day there relaxing at the beach, and kids were playing in the water and with the beautiful sand. But yeah, actually, I was kind of tired too because I had to push my son in the ocean on the float thing. And then the food on the island was also free. And so my son enjoyed the whole day here. Yeah. We can never sing ocean like this back in Tokyo. That's why. And then for the second stop this is called St. Thomas, and it's the Virgin Islands. So it was raining. So instead of going to the beach, we went to a private museum to learn about the history for pirates around the Caribbean. And it was fun, not only for my son, but also for myself to know like the ancient pirates things and how they live and, the things that they used to use. And yeah, one of the things I love most at these sisters trips is that we get to broaden our knowledge and see the different side of the world. And that's, we took this taxi here, and that's the pirate museum here. Yeah. Okay, then. And then for the third and last stop was, this place is called St. Martin Island. And this is an interesting little island because it's got Dutch. This is half is Dutch side and half is the French side. So we took a water taxi to the opposite side of it's a really beautiful beach too. So this is where we, after we got off the water taxi. And we hired a private taxi that took us around the island. So he explained to us about the island and learned the history and the lifestyles there. There is only one university there and on the island, and it's got the number 4 most dangerous runway for airports in the world. Yeah, so that's the 2 things I remember. And this is pretty interesting because you can see the picture. If you cross this monument line here on the road, and then you're actually on the opposite side, like either the French or the Dutch side. So besides sightseeing, I and Tammy bought ourselves jewelry just in front of where the ship parked. So it was kind of impulsive buying, and the sales, he was really nice, and assuming the price was nice, that's what they said, and for the real gold and white gold. So I'm not sure because I don't really have time to compare. But thanks to Nuskin's bonus all the time, I can afford to get, luxury things myself when I want to. Yes. And then, and for the days that we were on the sea, we had so much things to enjoy. Like, I wish I could be on the ship every day now. It was like so fun. We didn't want to get down. We enjoy lots of cuisine. So I only have one picture there, all video. So yeah. And basic drinks packages were upgraded by the company too. And the best thing is that Nuskin even gave us 1 internet account for per person. And Nuskin paid out tips for the dining and the rooms, a cleaning service for us too. So this really helped a lot. And we could just enjoy our trip totally, and loved our daily morning here, complimentary room service breakfast too. And I really appreciated that we had a balcony room. So like we could get some, it just feels really refreshing in the morning. Yeah. And the sea was amazingly beautiful. And I got to do another jewelry shopping at night just before we getting off the boat. And I met wonderful new friends. So this lady here, we still keep in touch and we chat often. Yeah, we were chatting like for an hour in front of the store. And then, so at first, like, I worry about being bored on a 7-day cruise prior to our departure. But there were so many entertainments and fun things for adults and kids. This is the water slide here. And then there were 2 of them. And then this is the long slide that I was mentioning about. And then we also enjoy like ice skate shows and the water shows and performances. And there were like live performances. This is a jazz, I remember, on the promenade. It was really nice. And yeah, there were music and dance everywhere. And my son enjoyed the carousel here. And also, yeah, some music classes or something. And then I also got to enjoy to go to the gym because, yeah, I was eating too much food every day. I got to burn the calorie off. So it's like, you never get tired of it every day. I don't even want to get off the boat. And then this is the highlight of the trip. Yeah, this has to be the Nuskin's is our white party. And and the recognition party ceremony I'll show later. But the white party served as a fantastic opportunity for all of the qualifiers to come together and connect. And I had the privilege of meeting and interviewing actually many renewal team elites from various regions and nations. So it was an eye-opening experience for me to listen to their stories and to offer mutual support. And yeah, I actually took the same flight with her on the airplane. It was pretty surprising. So, okay. And then the next is yeah, I really love the recognition event too. So this time it was in the theater. And this is when we get on the stage and we are praised for our hard work and dedication. So what's most important about it is showing, for me, it's to show our kids and the next generation that if we work hard and we never give up, we can succeed. So it's a chance for like an ordinary mom like me to be honored, providing that as long as we have a goal and stay determined, we can achieve great things. Yeah. So this event is a real life opportunity to show the kids that we can make our dreams come true. Yeah. So, and then here you go. Yeah. So, for me, myself, the most memorable part is being able to bring my son and explore the world together. Without Nuskin, I wouldn't have the chance to take him on these luxurious vacations. I mean, of course, sure, we could plan trips on our own, but it wouldn't compare to the glamour and the positive vibes and just the excitement we experience as part of the entire Nuskin group. And we know how to have a good time while staying focused on our goals and maintaining strong mental fortitudes. So personally, I have a strong desire for self-improvement. I always remind my team and all the teams that we come from diverse backgrounds and we progress at different paces. So for those who may take longer to achieve success, I emphasize that it's okay as long as we remember our why Nuskin every day. So we should never forget our motivation. And as long as we persist and give our all, we can accomplish much more than what a typical office job offers, whether it's in 3, 5, or even 10 years. So aside from improving our lives and providing a better quality of life for our families, we all desire the freedom to have control over our lives. And we want to work where we want, and we don't want to work when we don't feel like it. And we aspire to have the time to spend with our loved ones and invest in a career that can be passed down to the next generation. So moreover, engaging in Nuskin helps us become a better individuals inside out. So just look at how useful and confident that we all appear, and with the self-discipline to do what's right. So I always remind my team that we should take pride in what we're doing. And I believe that that's why our team continues to grow. So as long as we believe in ourselves and take immediate action instead of overthinking and worrying, we will achieve success. Yeah, I truly believe in that. So that's the end of my presentation. And thank you all for your patience and being here today. Yeah, I wish you all success.
Bravo, bravo. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. It was such an exciting sharing. I really love the story where you came from America and to Japan, and then back now with the Nuskin, you are back to US again, and then you can bring your son to the most amazing trip, success trip with Nuskin. So this is such like amazing story to me. And I was really glad that, you know, with this business, we can reconnect and we get to know a lot more people and help them to be fulfilling their dream too. So thank you. And then right now I would like to a lot of people, after hearing Wendy's story, you must be wondering, how do you qualify for the success trip, right? Does anybody wants to know? If you do, give me 111 on the chat room, please. Okay, there we go. I did prepare some slides to show you. This time in the cruise success trip, it's actually my second time to be on the cruise. So it's really, I think it's really different to me because back in the days, I go with my team. And then, but this time I brought people to the cruise because the first time I did brought some teammates too, but this time I feel different because Wendy is my a long known friend. So from this success trip, I actually we actually break through a lot of things. We not only doing the we did some training for the beauty device on the ship, and also we break through. We did something that we don't usually do. We start to share Nuskin business to a lot of people on the ship and on the island, right? And so because we realize there are so many people in the world that they do need a way to change their life. And then most of the people were really amazed by how Nuskin can bring us everywhere to travel. And then, so now I'm going to show you how to get qualified to a success trip. But before that, I want you to think about, why success trip? Why does Nuskin want to bring us on success trips? Actually, there's a couple reasons from before and until now. Usually success trip can really elevate the motivation of people getting to the goal. It's like a really a fun things to do. Like you work hard and then you get what you deserve, even more than you can imagine. So success trip, it's to elevate motivation. Not only that, it also reward leadership. This is one key part for success trip, I believe, because what Nuskin really want us to do is not only to sell the product, but we also need to share about this business, share about how wonderful Nuskin can do for you in your life. So you need to share about this business, and there, when you help others to know Nuskin, and then you will have a better chance to earn success points, and get on those, rewarding trips. And then also, success trip can unify our goal together. Like we have one team, but we also have one goal, is to let everyone to get on success trip. And the next success trip was really big. It's actually at Riviera Maya Excavate. I don't know if anybody here heard of that before. That is my most amazing trip I have ever attended. We actually went there in 2022 spring, and then we had so many different adventures in different park in the hotel. So this time in the spring of 2024, we actually going to excavate again. And so I think Nuskin is really like giving us a lot of bonuses for this success trip. And then they actually give us extra point. Let me explain how to do it, okay? So first, there's actually two ways. I translate my slide from Chinese Mandarin to English, so it's kind of like I can explain. So there's two ways for you to qualify to your next success trip. How do you earn success trip point? Most people wonder, like, it must be hard. Like, oh, how do you earn points? Actually, it's really easy. So you can start off from using the product, and from the product, you create testimony, and then you share. So the first way is when you share, you create your own sales value. That's the first way. And the second way is to build your own team. The first time you gotta be gold partner, where you have one L1, G1 brand rep. And then the second time, it's required to be a lapis partner, and then you need to have 2 to 3 G1 brand rep. And the third time, you need to be a ruby, and then that means you gotta have 4 G1 brand rep. So this is two ways. And how do you do this two way? You must wonder. Let me explain. So this is how you earn success trip for the first way, from your sales volume. So every 500 sales volume, it's one building block. That means it's 1 point of success point. And then the first time qualifier, you need 100 points. And which means 500 sales volume times 100. That means if you only depending on your personal sale, you need to have 50,000 sales volume within the 6 months qualification period. So the qualification period is from January to June, and then July to December. So within that 6 months, you gotta have 50,000 sales volume. This is the first way. And then you gotta have, first time you got gold, and second time you gotta be a lapis, and third time you gotta be a ruby. But the second way to be qualified is you gotta build your own team. You gotta become a leader and have your own team. This is the key of getting to success trip. Like after hearing Wendy's story, you must realize in order for her to get to the first one and then to the second success trip, what did she do right? It's because she started sharing about this business, and she started to build her network in Japan or in Taiwan or in US. So that's the key of if you really want to go to success trip, you gotta build your own team. You gotta open your mouth and start sharing about this wonderful business to others. So in order to get the points from your team, here, let me explain. If you have a one brand rep G1, then you every month, this brand rep will give you 4 points. And then the gold, if you have a G1 gold partner, that means they have another brand rep under them. They will give you 8 points every month. Imagine if you just have 4 brand rep, okay? So that means you get 16 points every month. How about 6 months? You get like 84 points. So you only have to do 14 points for yourself. And then here comes the ruby. Look, every month, if you have a G1 ruby, that means that person, the ruby partner that's under you, will give you 20 points every month. If you only just have one ruby, you will get 120 points within the 6 months range. So this is I think to me, building your own team is a much easier way instead of getting a lot of sales value on your own, right? Does everyone agree with me? And then you imagine if you have like a blue diamond. If you just have a blue diamond, for the 6 month period, you will get 300. But moreover that, you have to see the last line on this slide. For this qualification period, 2023 from July to December, Nuskin will double your points for your leadership. What does it mean? That means if you have a brand rep under you, they will give you 8 points. Originally, they give you 4 points, right? So now, if you have a new brand rep coming in within this period of time, you will get 8 points for your brand rep every month. Isn't that great? I think everybody will be able to go to the next success trip. Really, I really believe so. And then so after that, if you create a team, like let's say if I create a team like a Wendy, if every month her team volume exceeds let me see. Oh, not this one. If her team exceeds 10,000, I will get an extra 2 points, success points to my success trip qualification. So if you have a leadership team like a 10,000, 20,000, you will get like a 2 point, 4 point, and then 30,000 you get 6 point, 40,000 you get 8 point extra. That's extra. And then so it's not that hard if you really put your heart to it and start building your team. I think everyone will be able to make it this time because you have double point. I never seen within the 6 years that I've been in Nuskin, I never see Nuskin being so generous. I think they must want us all experience at least one time of the success trip, and the second time and then third time. After the first time will be easier and easier. And so I realized this is all my slide for the success trip. In the end, I must want to say something about Nuskin. Let me stop share. So I realized the most amazing part about doing Nuskin is that all your hard work does accumulate. Unlike the daily job, my full-time job, I work really hard, but it doesn't accumulate. Maybe I will accumulate the trust from my boss, but it doesn't accumulate. My hard work doesn't accumulate, and it doesn't elevate my salary with my hard work, right? But in Nuskin, it does. No matter how hard you work, you will pay off like a double, triple, or many times more. Just like the success trip, I will never imagine that I can have a job that take me to, vacations and take my kids to see the world. But most importantly, you gotta set your goal and have strong initiative. Define your big picture, vision, and never forget your why Nuskin. I think that's important. And as for goal setting for myself and my team, I would really suggest by starting writing down your goal, because goals are more deliberate than desire and momentary intentions. So you need to make a commitment to yourself and be self-disciplined, like what you need to do every day. Like maybe you need to share to 3 people about Nuskin, or maybe you need to share 3 posts on your social media, or maybe you need to do a facial demo to 3 people every week. Set your goal and write it down and make sure you do it. If you do it consistently and resist your goal regularly, of course, don't forget to meet with your upline monthly to review your progress and make adjustments if necessary. So time goes fast. It's October. We still got 3 more months. So I'm sure that if we set your goal and create your action plan and take a massive action, I think everyone can do it. But most importantly, don't forget your dream. Don't forget your dream. This you gotta keep in your mind, and it will take you to the place that you ever dream of. So I will see all of you in the next success trip. That will conclude my presentation and my Wendy's presentation tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
You, Tammy.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. That was so wonderful.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Thank you.
Do we have a recorder?